Imagine a sky filled with thousands of bats, each carrying a tiny incendiary bomb, ready to turn entire cities into flames. It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, but during World War II, this was a real US military experiment. A secret weapon so bizarre, yet so effective, it could have changed history. But why was it abandoned? And what went wrong? This is the untold story of the bat bombs of World War II. Welcome to Old Around the World, where we travel back in time to bring history back to life. During the height of World War II, military scientists were desperate for innovative ways to cripple enemy forces. While traditional bombs and explosives dominated warfare, an unusual idea emerged, one that involved bats. Dr. Lytle S. Adams, a Pennsylvania dentist with a passion for aviation, conceived the concept of using bats as carriers of incendiary bombs. He believed that these winged creatures could infiltrate Japanese cities and ignite massive fires. Dr. Adams' idea stemmed from his visit to New Mexico, where he observed bats roosting in vast numbers within caves. Given their ability to nest in crevices, he theorized that bats carrying small explosive charges could be released over enemy cities, seeking shelter in wooden structures before detonating. The concept was unconventional, but with incendiary weapons proving effective in urban destruction, it intrigued military officials. When Adams pitched his idea to the White House, President Franklin D. Roosevelt saw potential in the strategy. The proposal was forwarded to the National Research Defense Committee, NRDC, for assessment. Despite its peculiar nature, the concept aligned with the U.S. military's need for strategic firebombing solutions. The project was officially commissioned and given the code name Project X-Ray. Scientists and military personnel were tasked with developing the bat bombs, studying both the capabilities of bats and the feasibility of equipping them with miniature explosives. Thus began one of the most bizarre military experiments in history, a weaponized use of nature that promised both stealth and devastation. With the project officially greenlit, researchers began extensive studies on bat species. The Mexican free-tailed bat was selected for its widespread population, endurance, and ability to carry small payloads. Scientists at the U.S. Army Air Force conducted experiments to determine how bats could be deployed effectively. The idea was to encase hundreds of bats in small cylindrical capsules and attach tiny incendiary devices to their bodies. These capsules would be loaded into a bomb-like casing and dropped from aircraft. A built-in timer would release the bats mid-air, allowing them to disperse and roost in enemy buildings before the explosives ignited. Testing took place at Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, a natural habitat for millions of Mexican free-tailed bats. Scientists designed lightweight incendiary devices using napalm, a highly flammable substance. These small charges were intended to ignite after a short delay, setting wooden structures ablaze. The logistical challenge lay in ensuring the bats survived both the drop and the subsequent deployment. To achieve this, the military developed special refrigeration techniques to induce a temporary hibernation state in the bats, ensuring they remained dormant until release. Despite initial skepticism, the project showed promise. The bats successfully adapted to their roles, demonstrating an ability to infiltrate crevices and attach themselves to buildings, confirming Adams' original hypothesis. As the bat bomb concept advanced, controlled field tests were conducted to gauge its effectiveness. Researchers at WWII Proving Ground in Utah orchestrated mock bomb drops, analyzing how well bats carried and deployed incendiary devices in test environments. One of the earliest trials resulted in unexpected destruction. During a test at the Carlsbad Army Airfield Auxiliary Air Base, a group of bats inadvertently escaped, roosting in nearby military barracks and setting them ablaze. The unintended fire proved the bat bomb's effectiveness but also underscored the risks of controlling such an unpredictable weapon. Military officials realized the complexity of fine-tuning the project. Bat handling, distribution, and activation timing required precision, as any miscalculation could lead to unintended collateral damage. Scientists worked tirelessly to address these issues, modifying the bomb casings and deployment mechanisms. Despite challenges, the project received continued support from the government. The ability of bats to disperse and ignite multiple fires in a single attack offered a unique advantage compared to traditional incendiary bombs. The military saw the potential for large-scale urban destruction in Japan, where many structures were built from wood and paper. Project X-Ray gained momentum, with additional resources allocated for further refinement and strategic implementation. The bat bomb was an incredibly complex yet brilliant design. Each bomb contained over 1,000 bats, each carrying a small incendiary device attached to its chest. These devices were timed to ignite after a predetermined period, ensuring that the bats would have time to roost before setting their surroundings ablaze. The mechanism was designed for maximum effectiveness, using a canister that would open midair and release the bats over their target area. The idea was that the bats, being nocturnal creatures, would instinctively seek shelter in the eaves and attics of Japanese buildings. The structures, largely made of wood and paper, were highly flammable. This would allow for widespread destruction, as the incendiary devices would detonate once the bats settled into their hiding places. The bomb design took advantage of natural animal behavior to create an unpredictable and devastating attack strategy. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to perfect the timing mechanism. The challenge was to ensure that the bats would survive the drop from an aircraft, navigate towards a suitable nesting spot, and then detonate at the precise moment. It was a delicate balance of biological and mechanical ingenuity, requiring countless tests and modifications. The final design included a parachute system that would slow the descent of the canisters, giving the bats enough time to disperse in different directions. Once released, the bats would seek shelter in buildings, and within minutes, multiple fires would break out simultaneously, overwhelming firefighting efforts. The unpredictability of the fires made this weapon particularly effective compared to traditional bombing methods. Despite its unusual concept, the bat bomb was one of the most innovative wartime inventions. It represented a unique fusion of military strategy, wildlife biology, and pyrotechnics, making it a fascinating, albeit bizarre, chapter in the history of unconventional warfare. The first field tests of the bat bomb were conducted in New Mexico under the supervision of the U.S. Army Air Forces. These tests involved releasing bats fitted with dummy incendiary devices to observe their behavior in a controlled environment. Scientists carefully monitored their flight paths, nesting habits, and overall survivability after deployment. Initial results were promising. The bats instinctively sought out dark, enclosed spaces, just as planned. However, there were also unexpected complications. Some bats, confused by the sudden release, failed to find proper shelter or flew back toward unintended targets. Adjustments had to be made to ensure greater accuracy and control over their flight patterns. During one infamous test at the Carlsbad Army Airfield in 1943, a few bats equipped with live incendiary devices accidentally set fire to a hangar and a general's car. This unexpected success proved the concept's viability but also highlighted the difficulty in controlling the bat's movements. It was a moment of both triumph and concern for the development team. To refine the deployment technique, researchers experimented with different altitudes and release mechanisms. They needed to strike a balance between the bat's safety and ensuring they had enough time to find proper nesting locations. A complex series of tests followed, each improving upon the last. Ultimately, the trials demonstrated that the bat bomb could be an effective weapon if deployed correctly. However, the challenges of precision control and reliability raised concerns among military officials. With World War II progressing rapidly, alternative strategies were being developed, putting the bat bomb's future in jeopardy. Despite its promising results, the bat bomb project was eventually shelved in 1944. Several factors contributed to its abandonment, the most significant being the rapid advancements in atomic weaponry. The Manhattan Project was nearing completion, and military strategists believed that nuclear bombs would be more decisive in ending the war. Another major factor was the logistical complexity of deploying bat bombs in a real combat scenario. Training and housing thousands of bats, fitting them with incendiary devices, and ensuring their proper release required significant resources. With the war accelerating, military leaders deemed it an impractical solution compared to conventional and nuclear alternatives. Additionally, the project faced criticism from within the military and scientific communities. Some viewed it as too unpredictable and difficult to control. There were also ethical concerns regarding the use of live animals in warfare. Though unconventional tactics were considered, the sheer unpredictability of bats made the project a tough sell for military planners. In December 1944, the U.S. military officially shut down the bat bomb project. The research and materials were archived, and further work on the concept ceased. Many of those involved in the project moved on to other wartime efforts, focusing on more immediate and effective military solutions. Though abandoned, the bat bomb project left a lasting impression. It demonstrated the lengths to which military innovation could go and highlighted the intersection of biology and warfare. Even in failure, it was a testament to human creativity and ingenuity in times of conflict. While the bat bomb was discontinued, the idea of using animals for military purposes was not entirely abandoned. Throughout history, animals have played key roles in warfare, from carrier pigeons used for communication to dolphins trained for underwater reconnaissance. During World War II, experiments were conducted with other animal-based weaponry, including anti-tank dogs and bomb-laden pigeons. Each of these projects had varying degrees of success but also faced similar ethical and practical challenges. The unpredictability of living creatures made them difficult to control, leading military planners to favor mechanical solutions. Even in modern times, the use of animals in military operations persists. Dogs continue to serve as bomb detectors, and sea lions have been trained to locate underwater mines. However, technological advancements have largely replaced the need for biological-based weapons. The bat bomb remains one of the most unusual and ambitious animal-based weapons ever conceived. Though it never saw combat, it remains a fascinating case study in military innovation and the surprising ways nature has influenced warfare. The bat bomb raises important ethical questions about the use of animals in warfare. While animals have long been used in combat, the intentional weaponization of living creatures presents moral dilemmas. Some argue that using bats as incendiary carriers was an ingenious military tactic that minimized human casualties. Others contend that it was an unnecessary exploitation of animals, putting them through harm without their ability to consent or understand their role. The debate extends beyond the bat bomb. The use of animals in military testing, from chemical experiments to bioweapon research, continues to be a topic of controversy. Advocates for animal rights push for humane treatment, while military strategists emphasize the potential benefits of such unconventional tactics. Though the bat bomb was abandoned, its development process serves as a cautionary tale. It forces us to reflect on the ethical implications of wartime innovation and the balance between military necessity and humane treatment. Though it never saw combat, the bat bomb left a lasting legacy in military history. It demonstrated the extremes of creative problem-solving during wartime and showcased the lengths to which strategists would go to gain an advantage. The project also influenced later military experiments involving biological warfare and remote-controlled weaponry. Some of its concepts, such as delayed detonation incendiaries, found their way into later military designs. Today, the bat bomb is often discussed in military history courses and serves as an example of how unconventional ideas can sometimes lead to unexpected breakthroughs. While largely forgotten, the bat bomb remains a symbol of World War II's desperate and innovative wartime strategies. It serves as a reminder of both the ingenuity and the ethical complexities of military innovation. The story of the bat bomb continues to be a fascinating footnote in military history, showing that even the most unconventional ideas can have lasting impacts. It is a testament to the creativity of wartime scientists and the unpredictable nature of innovation. If you found this hidden piece of history fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more incredible wartime secrets. What do you think? Could bat bombs have changed the course of World War II? Let us know in the comments below. And hit the notification bell so you never miss an untold story from history. By History Lover.